Hello guys, welcome back to TransOcean 2. This is episode 3 and I've already recorded this once this week, but I had some sound issues with the microphone. Hopefully I've resolved that now because it's Saturday and I won't have another chance to get this video put together. That being said, the benefit of having already recorded this once is that I have a pretty good idea what I'm meant to be doing in this particular level. Whoops, that would be the wrong. In chapter 3. So I have a pretty good understanding of what we have to do in chapter 3, whereas when I played it the other day, I didn't really understand what I was doing. So having played it once, I know this is likely to be a very long video, as most of the TransOcean videos have been, and as a result of that, I am planning on doing this video in 2 parts so that you don't have to digest it all in one go. In addition to that, it has occurred to me that maybe I'm speaking too much for some people. Nobody said as such. It's just I appear to be exhausted mentally, and I've got a big bottle of water here with me just to get me through this, but I'm going to try and talk a bit less in this one and just maybe point out the key issues and my thought processes, I guess. So without further ado, enough chitty chat from me, let's go.
The bail for Hiram has been raised and transferred, but the case is ongoing. How can you prevent your adversary, Lydia Blythe Smith, from double-crossing you and Hiram again?
So they're pushing the story still and trying to involve me by asking me how I can stop Lydia Blythe Smith from double-crossing me. Bit pointless, honestly. TransOcean, the game is interesting. The storyline, for me at least, is a total waste of time and a complete distraction. Not necessary. Drop it. Let's focus on the game itself. So, as with every other chapter, we only need to complete one of the 3 goals in order to complete the mission. Now, I go for gold. I'm aiming for gold. But if we just get bronze, I'm happy to move on with bronze. I can come back and play this all again another time when I'm super good at it. But the goals are buy at least 4 subsidiaries in Europe. Now, that means in each port there is a single subsidiary. And in order to buy a subsidiary, that's a hard word for me to say. In order to buy it, you have to accumulate the correct number of region points. Region points are awarded when you deliver a cargo to a particular port. It'll make more sense soon, I promise. But you have to have the necessary RP points in order to buy a subsidiary. And obviously Europe has been unlocked now, and we need to go over there and get at least 4 subsidiaries. Now, I completely cocked that up earlier this week, so that's one thing I might be able to fix today. Goal number 2, achieve dominance in all European regions. That's really tricky. That's the RP points. And it's tough because there's multiple regions, and to have dominance in all of them, I think, is going to be quite tricky. And gather up at least 80,000 euro profit shares in Europe. So when you buy a subsidiary, you can buy into these companies as well, and these companies give you a kickback and a discount. I think daily or weekly, something like that. I don't know how practical it is to get 80 million, but we'll have a blinking good go anyway. So, without further ado, let's get a wiggle on.
Good news! I received a message yesterday saying that the prosecutor received the bail bond. And look what's in today's paper.
Hiram T. Witherspoon released from custody, bail paid. Proceedings to continue for an indeterminate time.
And do you know who I brought straight here?
And this is one of the things that I like very little. They're trying to involve me in the storyline, but I'm just not buying into it. I'm really sorry. I have to choose. Well, of course I know who you've brought straight here, or I could be stupid and say no.
Hi, boss. I'm back. Did you miss me?
Now this I don't understand. The question is, did you miss me? And the answer is total exclamation mark, or total ... I think this one means no and this one means yes.
No matter. I've missed you plenty. Now I'm free at last. I am eternally grateful to you for getting me out. I'm delighted
the other
to
one
have
last
such
time.
an awesome
Same
ex-boss and
response.
an amazing sister.
What do you mean, ex-boss? I thought it was clear that you were going to get the consultant job back as soon as you were free, little brother. I've got to go back home to my bonsai rental and care agency.
What?
Yeah, well, okay then. See you, super sis. And there she goes. Good. Then it's back to just the two of us, eh, boss? As you most definitely know, the pseudo-trial against me for Lydia's revenge crusade isn't over yet. And I would very much like to know if she were up to anything to hurt you. Us, I mean, of course. In my court case, I was always being presented with alleged evidence against me coming from Europe. Mrs. Blythe-Smith has got something going on there, I'm sure of it. We ought to head over to Europe and open some subsidiaries to get at her documents and contacts. You want me to explain everything you need for that? Ha! This feels just like old times.
Now I don't know about you, but oh my goodness, that's so cheesy. It's cringeworthy. It's painful to sit and listen. I showed you it this time because I just wanted you to see how bad it is. This is all totally unnecessary, TransOcean. Just ditch it and give us the game. We can figure out world domination on our own. We don't need to have this sub-storyline in order to go to Europe and find some documents. Absolutely preposterous. And also, I know I'm being picky and I'm probably moaning too much, but the people who are reading these, it seems like they were given the script and they read it once and that's what they're using. It just doesn't feel natural and it's awful. So now, in the previous video that I did, I let him explain everything, but I think...
Think carefully about which subsidiaries will help your style of play the best and which ones will bring in the most money through your own savings, profit share from opponents, or both.
And don't think that I'm going to surrender every subsidiary to you, just because we aren't at each other's throats like you and that Blythe-Smith. We'll see who the best shipping boss here is.
Okay, cool. So, as you can see, Europe is open now, and we've got these region overlays. Can you see that? When I hover over one, it sort of shows you an area. If you click on that, it'll indicate which ports are under that region. And 75 region points is what is the number of region points required in order for you to buy a subsidiary in one of these ports. I think I explained that quite well. The same applies to all of them here, but the RP points are different in different areas. So 75 seems to be the average. 80, that's very high, blimey. So Europe is presumably more sought after than Northern America and South America. That's quite low, isn't it? No, which one's low? Which one was low? Oh, that one. So yeah, so that's really the point of this. When you open up contracts now, you'll see there's an RP column, and effectively the higher the bonus, the lower the RP. Although I haven't seen any exact tally to suggest that that is the case. This thing over here still hasn't been fixed. It's not a good example at the moment. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen. It's going to take us 5 days to get there, and it's due there in 7 days, so why is it giving me an alert? Okay, see, that doesn't work. That's a mistake. That's incorrect. If I click on it, it vanishes for no reason whatsoever. So this is still broken, and they need to fix this. It's a real pain in the backside. In addition to this, when we make a sale, and we're reviewing how much money we've made on the back of that, although the sister has gone back to her bonsai company, what a load of rubbish, she still seems to be there commenting on what we've done. Now, I know that's part of the storyline and I'm not really into that, but I mean, if they're going to have it, at least have it work properly. It seems like this was rushed out a bit, this game, and they haven't gone through with a fine-tooth comb. They haven't played it. It's quite annoying. Another thing that really annoys me about this game, and don't get the wrong idea, I actually do quite like it, and I'm really looking forward to playing multiplayer. This in multiplayer I think could be fantastic. This storyline thing, not so much, but one thing that bugs me is they've changed the name of all of my ships, so now I have no kind of association to anything. I don't really care about any of the ships. It's a real shame. And what I'm going to do, because I try and think up funny names for ships when I buy them, is I'd like to ask you, anybody out there, if you can think of any funny names for ships, then let me know. Put it in the comments and I'll pick the ones I like best. Funny is good, clever is good. You know, Titanic 2, yeah, it's not very funny, it's not very clever. But funny and clever, that's what I'm looking for. Anyway, enough chat, mister. Let's get on and actually play some games here. So we are here in Anchorage. I think all three of our ships are here in Anchorage. There's a lot of loading time to load a single port. Really does take a long time. So over here you can see there's a subsidiary. That's what a subsidiary looks like. We can't buy any at the moment because we don't have the necessary RP points. Now there's one ship. Oh, maybe we only have one ship here. No, they're all at Anchorage, but we can only see one. See, now for me that's a bug. Maybe they ought to introduce a feature where there are a certain number of docking points in a port, and if they're full you can't bring your ship in, you have to wait. That would make sense, that would be more realistic, but no, they haven't done that. Okay, so no problem. So I think I've done enough chat. Let's actually get on and play. Our priority at the moment is going to be these RP points, but we also need money obviously, because the more ships you have, the quicker you can generate RP points, etc, etc. One key problem excuse me, that we have is that we have no ships in Europe, and none of our ships are actually powerful enough to get all the way over there. So maybe I'm going to change my mind here. We should go into Europe and see if we can't buy a ship straight off the bat. That will give us a good heads up, good start. So where's the wharf? There it is. Now, bulk ships give you more RP, so it makes sense that we try and get one of these. So we can afford that, and that's 85% condition. That's 70% and a lot cheaper. And then they just get well out of our price range. So it's between these two. They're both class 1 apparently. That one looks much bigger than that one. That's because it is. Okay, so we're going to go for this one. 16 mil, buy the ship. Now we have to name the ship. Oh, okay. Let's call this... Slightly flatulent. And I think that's how you spell flatulent. It'll do for us. If you don't know what flatulent means, I suggest you Google it, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so now you can see here we got some seriously good RP points, but maybe we want to try and accumulate as many together as we can. So we've got 3 for Lisbon. That seems like a good idea. Odessa. Oh, maybe Odessa's actually the better route. And then we've got a a few for Valencia. Valencia actually is even more. Look, they're all Fords in Valencia. So let's grab all the Valencia ones and head in that general direction. Then again, so maybe that's the route we should take. That seems better to me actually. That's going to earn us, if you see down here, it accumulates at the bottom. That would earn us 22 RP points, which is pretty good. That's almost a third of, well, actually it's a quarter. I think it's 80 we need here. So it's a quarter of what we need. That would be great for us. That would be a fantastic start. So let's load those contracts, because we'll definitely have those. And do we have any with extremely long deadlines? Yes, Lisbon. So we'll grab that as well, and then we know that our return route is going to be towards Lisbon. Now we can conserve fuel, but on this occasion, because it's literally a race to get these RP points in, we're going to go full speed everywhere we go. So let's shoot that ship out the dock. So, as it were. Now, so you see the format, you understand the format. We're all at anchorage here, so we kind of need to do the same thing. You can filter by whatever you like, but none of these ships can really get over to Europe. We're going to have to come all the way down the coast here and all the way back up this side, and then cross this shorter route here. We don't have ships powerful enough to do this transatlantic. Is that the Atlantic? I can't remember my oceans, that's terrible. But we just don't have a ship that's powerful enough to cross here, so we need to take control of this area and then think about coming across. So this, for these guys, I guess it's probably more about money than anything else. So let's do LA and Metro Vancouver. That looks pretty good to me. And another LA at the bottom. Perfect. Again, it's about speed, so full speed all the way. Disregard the fuel issues that brings. Now this, there's not a lot left, not a lot of good stuff left. So maybe we'll push down this way and then decide if we're going to do south or north once we get down here. So we've got a couple for LA, and they're quite high, 3 and 4. There's another one. Metro Vancouver and Metro Vancouver. That seems pretty good to me. 18. Now we might be lucky, bearing in mind we've got 3 ships coming out of Metro Vancouver. Now see, these are, they're all 1 because of the type of ship that we've got. So this is definitely about money. And we got 2 fantastic, 3, 4 fantastic, 5 fantastic routes. Perfect. So that's going to bring in a bit of cash for us. So this ship here is bringing in the money, and that's it. That's its only job. It's not really going to help us out in the RP kind of thing. So can I go into anchorage? Can I go straight in there from this screen? No. Alright. Let's go this way then. Shortcuts there would be really handy. I'm going to change the name of this ship to the Money Maker. Just to help me remember that that's what I want this ship to do. Right. So, back into contracts. There's the ship. Off you go. Now, I was running this in super fast mode in the previous video. Whoa, hang on. You haven't left. Okay, I've cocked up there somewhere. Is this the Money Maker? Right, sorry about that. So yeah, super fast mode is a little bit too fast. See, look at that. Already something's happened. It's just it doesn't give you enough time to just sort of appreciate the game or think about your next move. So I'm going to be going with this middle one, hence why the game is going to be quite long. So wow, that really didn't make us a lot of money, but it did get us a lot of region points, which is what we're after right now. The money maker brings in the money, and the rest of these ships are literally there to bring in the RP points. Oh wow, that would be good. Lisbon, 25 days. I think we can do that. And that's all we can do at the moment. So we'll just grab that. Still heading to Odessa and cast off. Perfect. So I hope you understand what the process is. And also here, now that we've got some points, you can see, if I click on that, that's how many RP points we have. We're currently in the lead here, which is fantastic for us. This is going to be tricky up here. I'm not sure how we can break into that, but if we can just focus on this one for now, maybe this will fall into place. So our money's quite low at the moment. As soon as we've got enough cash, it would be probably a good idea to get a second ship going over here. And again, the money is low, but the RP points are high, and that's brilliant. So to the port. Now I think we're heading to Lisbon. I think that's our next port of call, isn't it? So anything that's going sort of in the direction of Lisbon, nothing at all. But there's these two which are on way, and Valencia is also on our way. Can we take? No, it has to be that one. Okay, that's fine. I think we have enough time. So let's cast off. And we're off to a pretty good start, I'd say. Slightly flatulent, arrived in Ambarli Limani. So we actually made a loss there, but I'm still happy because of the massive amount of RP points that we've got. We must be miles in the lead. Let's just have a look. We are kicking butt over there. That's fantastic. I mean, we could take this entire region and then move on to this without even needing to buy a second ship at this rate. So let's get slightly flatulent on her way once again. So we've got one going to Lisbon, and I think that's all we can take. Perfect. Tugboat strike. Oh dear. In what? In all of Southern Europe? Okay, so maybe you'll get to see me play the mini game, which you haven't seen yet, actually, have you? So that might be good. You might enjoy that, and it's quite easy. It's exactly the same as TransOcean 1, so you won't be expecting anything different there if you've already played that. Let's get. See, there she is. She shouldn't be here. She's gone back to her bonsai trees, apparently. Now, what happened here? 6 points. That's not fantastic. Do we have another destination? Yes, we do. We're going on to LA. So there's another 3 RP points for LA, and we'll take that. Thank you very much. And I think we need to fuel up. There we go. Splendid. The moneymaker has arrived and made 2.8 million. See, this is the only ship we need to make money. And also this one. 15 of 65. That's pretty good. So we're heading on to LA also. And I think, oh, there is one. Look at that. 2, in fact. Well, this must be a much better ship because we can just keep loading stuff on here. And let's swan all the way down to Manzanillo and see if we can't take the southern region as well, because, well, we're heading that way. Oh, looks like we are going to fall short or get there bang on time. Now, oh, this is the money maker, isn't it? It is the money maker. Blimey, he made all that money and has only delivered the first thing. So let's grab an extra one here. We get an extra single RP point, but an extra 1.5 million. So that looks pretty good to me. Let's go. Helvetia has arrived in Los Angeles and made 1.7, which is a net of 1.2 and 25 points. That's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So that's okay, so nothing's loaded at all. Now we can go down to Manzanillo, or we could head back up towards Anchorage. Or Vancouver even. Let's do Vancouver, I think. Let's do this in a way where I'm picking the most valuable cargo first. There we go. So that's 15 points. That'll be absolutely perfect for us. Let's get some fuel and cast off. So we're already up to 25 points. Oh, but Masterson Inc. are actually beating us here. That's interesting. The moneymaker has arrived. Okay, what did we make? 2.6. Very nice. And a few little RP points to boot. So, moneymakers in LA. We cannot sail that far. If you look down here, let's go maximum fuel. That distance is much further than our maximum range that we have on that ship. So that's what you need to look out for here, because there's no indication really. Oh, also on the map you'll see the route comes up and it will be red as opposed to white. White means you can do it, red means you can't. Just little things like that that you start to pick up on, and they just make life a little bit easier for everybody. So Manzanillo looks like the winner to me. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that the RP points are valid for the destination port, not the port where you sail from. Just so that's clear. And this one is currently going to Manzanillo. So let's whack these up, because they're 4 RP points each, as is that one, and that looks pretty good to me. So if we just have a look down here in NA South, interestingly we have nothing at the moment. They're actually playing much better this time. They're more challenging, but we've got quite a lot of RP points coming in, so maybe we can still keep on top of that, I hope. Slightly Flatulent is now in Valencia. Excellent. Okay, we made a loss, but look at the region points we've got. We're halfway there. That's very good. Let's see if we can't grab something else that's going to Lisbon. Absolutely nothing going to Lisbon. That's a bit of a shame. So we could just sort of head back the way we came. That makes sense. There's 4 RP points there. That looks pretty good to me. And cast off. So I'm hoping the audio on this is coming out okay. If it isn't, I'm sorry, it's going to go up as it is, otherwise I just won't have time to do it. And if you can hear noises outside, I've got someone building a shed next door, and the other neighbour has someone shredding trees for them. So if you're hearing those noises, I do apologise. There's not much I can do about it, I'm afraid to say. So where are we? We must be at LA. Which ship is this? Helvetia. Okay, yes. So we've got 61 points there, and we need 65. So we only need 4 more points. So let's head towards LA. Let's be really smart about this. LA. Perfect. And then we can push on. Wow, only 6,000 penalty per day. So let's do that. I think that's still going to be cost effective, as is that. And I don't think we're going to get there in time, and that's a bit more expensive. Having played this game last week, I know that despite this saying a contractual penalty per day of 35,000, it tends to be much higher. So that's a bit too much of a gamble. Maybe that one we could do. As soon as we're going to LA, let's grab that as well. And actually we don't need that, so let's focus on Manzanillo because we want to try and take the Southern America region as well, or South America region. Slightly Flatulent has arrived in Lisbon and made a profit. Look at this, we are seriously getting close there, and we're doing that with a single ship. That's really quite cool, I think. I meant to go here. Okay, that's the direction we want to go in. Blast, just the one this time. Everything else, oh no, what's this? Ah, I missed that one. Oh no, that's the one we're taking. Whoops. Yeah, so just the one this time. Everything else will take us into a different region, which is not suitable for us. And we're heading in that general direction already, so let's go. Now I suppose it is feasible that we could have stopped off at Valencia on the way, and then maybe we'd have had more deliveries to take on to Taro, no, can't do it, sorry. What have we got here? Now, that would be great if we could get there, but as you can see, our ship is just not capable of sailing that distance with that weight. So, what is this? This is the money maker, so we're interested in making money and nothing else really. See, we can get there. Stupid thing, trying to make out that we can't. Metro Vancouver, that's going in the wrong direction. We want to be heading down this way and see if we can't get over to Europe. That's my thinking. So Balboa and Havana, that's what we're after. Where's LA? That's backwards. Okay, so not the most profitable run this time. Swings and roundabouts. Head down here into Europe where potentially there's more money to be had. Okay. So we've got 2 ships in port, and we're going to Manzanillo, and we're going to be a little bit late on a couple of those, and that's absolutely fine. An extra 3 points, an extra 3, perfect. I think we're going to be doing okay for RP points in South America. We'll have a quick look in a moment. Now, where's this ship going? Nowhere at the moment. Okay, perfect. So let's see if we can't get as many RP points for this region as we can. Havana, Balboa. Okay, that's it. Just those for now. That's going to be tight. Let's head to Havana. Let's go straight to Havana and make sure that that's not late. Okay, that should be good. So let's have a little look. So 67, we have enough RP points there. We can buy a subsidiary, which will cost us $1 million. So this is how much it cost us, this is how much revenue we get per week, and this is how much profit share we receive. These all fluctuate depending on which port you're in, and you can click between the ports here quite quickly, but I am very interested in the wharf so that we can get a massive discount on ships. So if I go to the wharf and pick any old ship, you can see over here the business owner name. Now there's no image there, that means nobody owns this business, but 1.8.14 million is the amount of discount you'll get on the ship, on that ship. So it fluctuates for each ship, see 2.4, 4.6, so that's how much cheaper it'll be for you to buy a ship there, and if any of the other players buy a ship there, that's how much of the profit you will receive. So you can see these can be some real potential earners, and in multiplayer mode you could really use your brain and sort of buy up all of one type of thing and really corner the market there. In multiplayer, I think this game could be fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to playing multiplayer. I might even do it sooner rather than later. But for now, let's focus on what we're doing. So we're going to buy this business so that we can get this discounted price and a share in the profits. That's the plan. If I can figure out how to go back there. Where's the subsidiary? There it is. So we're going to buy that.
The wharf in Metro Vancouver has been bought.
Awesome. That's us. We have bought it. That belongs to us now. Any profits will be coming in. Now, I don't know if you'll be notified of any profits coming in. They might just sort of come in, as it were. So we'll see what happens there. But let's crack on. Are all of our ships sailing? Yes, they are. Slightly flatulent. Another loss, but we're getting very close to that now. Let's just check. Yes, we're in the lead there, and in the south we are slightly behind, so we might not manage that, but we'll have a blinking good try anyway. So where are we heading? This is slightly flatulent, who's in Europe, and we're currently heading over to Ambali Limani. So do we have any deliveries for Ambali Limani? It really doesn't look like it. That's a bit of a shame. So we're 2 days out and 11. So we could take the Lisbon, we could take the Valencia. Obviously that's not achievable. That's not really achievable. Unless we head back the other way, which we could do. Yeah, we could go to Valencia and Lisbon first, and then go and deliver the current Ambali Limani delivery. So let's try that. Let's go Valencia, let's get some fuel, and cast off. Now that's a calculated risk where I did absolutely zero calculations. So let's just hope that works out. The moneymaker rolls in with 2.4 million, or 2.2. We don't have an awful lot of region points in SA West, which is down here. Oh, nobody does. That's okay. That's not a big issue then. But we could do with some serious money coming in. Now, what can we actually reach? Lima, 1.7. Lima. Just Lima then. That's fine. Oh, hang on one moment. We're already going to Havana. Nearly missed that. It's easy to miss that, you know. Alright, so Havana is 2 days out, 14 days to get there, 24 days to get there, and I think it will be tight, but we should be able to do both. In fact, nothing is due in Havana for another 20 days, so let's just go to Lima instead. That makes sense to me. Okay, guys. So I don't know how long I've been playing this game, but I'm going to say that this is a good point to stop for part 1. I hope you join me for part 2. If you're enjoying this, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button, and if you're enjoying the series as a whole, then please hit the subscribe button. And if you have any comments and any good names for ships, then please leave them in the comments section, and I will genuinely have great fun looking at that. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. See you again soon.